around another game. I was going to say around a quickfire, but I quickly changed it to the Martin Skirtle. I'll let you get your brains whirring and think what that game could possibly mean by the end of it. What comes to your head when you think of Martin Skirtle?
Headbutting someone, and that's why Arsenal got put out.
Correct. I'm about to headbutt you. Okay. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Dub Sessions podcast. We have hung it up, folks. We've hung it up. Presented by me, James Double, aka LFC_J Dubs, and my brother,
Ben Double, aka Dubs LFC.
even though we seem quite cheery, and it's obviously not as cheery as last week, following what feels like a loss to us, but feels like they've won the league to someone else.
It is absolutely comical the way they're celebrating this.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
We played awful, though. That's the only reason they won.
They've just got a draw away to the best team in history, so it's fair. It's fair for them to take it as a win.
Very sure.
I mean, joking aside,
Trent diabolical.
yeah. Well, we can get onto that. We can go into all that.
Yeah.
But on the Twitter front, it's been a bit of an onslaught for quite a few players.
Even Nunes, even though he tried his half Nardis, I don't understand Nunes.
Yeah, there was a lot of just not understanding the context of the situation and that sort of stuff. But yeah, we'll get onto it. We'll get anything to raise before we dive into the pod.
I hope that they beat Arsenal in the FA Cup and we face them again.
Oh, is they
we won't play them again.
They're the other draw. Interesting.
No, Arsenal and Newcastle right now. This is Cup tonight, League Cup. At the weekends, FA Cup, but they got Arsenal. When we got Accrington.
I'll take that. But I like that for the run.
I'd rather United win. Arsenal are out of it.
Would you? Would you rather them get more games?
Yeah, potentially, but I want to play United again. To shut them up.
Fair. I mean, I feel like we would shut them up next time, maybe.
But yeah, the game.
I'm all mate now. How's life?
That's all right.
We've got a new microphone. You wanna explain how?
I might not notice the difference.
Yeah, probably sounds exactly the same, but we tried. We tried with decor. We've tried with technology.
If this doesn't work, we might have to get clip-on ones.
We're professionals. Yeah, maybe. It's actually another bad shot. See us in a year when we eventually upgrade again.
Have a whole room.
Right. I'm going to dive in because that's already carnage. So, summary for the Spotify. We'll obviously round off with moment of the week. We have not asked a single soul, have we?
No, I haven't asked myself either. So
there's not many moments of the weeks this week, so we didn't think we would burden you with that question. I've got two. I've got around another game. I was going to say around a quickfire, but I quickly changed it to the Martin Skirtle. I'll let you get your brains whirring and think what that game could possibly mean by the end of it. What comes to your head when you think of Martin Skirtle?
Headbutting someone, and that's why Arsenal got put out.
Correct. I'm about to headbutt you. Okay. We'll obviously preview the upcoming games, both against Accrington Stanley
on the weekend. UTD.
Thank you. Not on the weekend. I was expecting the other
on
thing.
The weekend.
Spurs away tomorrow night. But first, obviously, we'll take a deeper look at that Man United result. So, ended 2-2.
I predicted 10-0 or 2-2. I am putting it there. That is
you did.
Evidence last week.
And I was adamant that United were going to get something from the game from sort of day dot.
And I will blame Trent.
And they did. So, just dive straight into the Trent stuff?
Trent.
Go on then. Lazy?
That is what it is.
Elaborate.
He just has all the ability. He just gave the ball away. First one.
So, describe it for people that all have 1,000 followers. Some of them might not have watched the game.
Trent misplaced a pass from right back to the middle of the park. Gets passed into Martinez, I think it is, who's on the edge of our box. And then it gets passed out to Bruno where he is. And Bruno cuts inside and Trent just basically walks. It's a slow jog, but walks and just lets him go. And then Bruno passes to Martinez on the overlap almost. And then he's just through and smashes it.
Yeah.
But that whole period, Trent just walked, even though he's the one that lost the ball as well, which was so frustrating.
Yeah. And then for the second goal as well, I think.
Yeah.
He's jogging back.
Yeah, there's a clip as well of Gakpo playing right back and him sprinting back, but Trent's it was probably a counter, but still Trent's literally jogging back. And there's another clip of Robbo with always them little old legs of his.
Little old legs.
He's younger than me, I think, isn't he?
No, he's older. He's 31, I think.
31. But trying to get back as fast as he can. I wish I could put just like his mentality into Trent.
The thing is, Trent has it every now and then. It's just he did not have it literally in the slightest.
In the biggest game.
My biggest worry. Yeah, I was going to say my biggest worry is that is the game of the year. Like that is the one that if you're going to be able to get yourself sort of pumped for anything,
I think
regardless of what's going on, that's the one. That's the one. Like so, arguably could be his last Man United game at home for Liverpool if things turn out in a certain way. You're not going to go out on a high. Like,
I noticed during the game, I picked up a few times that he was too focused on attacking. Like I noticed his position, and he even if they had the ball, he was waiting almost like to go. Even when like United had the ball, instead of like trying to consolidate his position at times, and then he'd be lazy getting back into position. It's those sort of moments. I'm like, I know you want your assist.
Well, that's a question as well, though. Is he being told that? Because obviously we know that Slot has tactic things every single time. Maybe Slot's like, if we're under the cosh, he's going to have enough about him to ignore what I've said and deal with the situation at hand. Whereas Trent's actually like, Slot's told me what to do in this scenario. I'm going to do this. It could be. It might not be. A lot of the hate towards Trent, I understand the disappointment and the criticism because that's absolutely fine.
100%.
Some of the backlash.
It's always the same.
He could be our captain in 2 years' time, and there's quite a lot of tweets that may need to be deleted from some people.
Well, it's just any game, any player that has a bad game. Unlike the difference between us and Madrid will make that vocal in a stadium.
Yeah.
Whereas we backlash on social media. Madrid literally boo. Like I've booed Ronaldo before. Like if they're going to boo Ronaldo, they're going to boo you. Like,
I've seen videos of some of the fans getting irate with Trent when he comes off.
Yeah, I've seen like some saying, "Oh, if you don't want to be a go, then
get out," sort of thing. So yeah, the game ended 2-1. Martinez and Diallo sort of capitalising on some luck or lackluster defending from our point of view. Whilst we had Cody that had a little bit of a moment, which was good.
Yeah.
And then Salah getting his sort of, complimentary pen as he always gets. Getting the GA in there for all the Salah haters, just so that he can keep notching it on his belt.
Did you see what Paul Merson said today?
No.
That Cole Palmer's been more consistent than Salah. Like he shows up before. I'm like, that's not right.
There's literally a lie.
That's literally
the stats do not say that.
No. Cole Palmer shows up, does 3 or 4 assists and goals in one game, then goes missing for 2 games.
And the games he goes missing is against all of the top teams. Like he doesn't literally do anything
against
the top 8. Yeah, well, half of top 8 he doesn't. The rest of the team have. But who would you say covered themselves in glory, if anyone?
Maka had a really good game. Gakpo. Grav's turn. That's my moment.
That's my moment of the week.
That turn was so nice.
Yeah, it's a good turn. It was like
Kanate was doing the work of two men at times, just coming back from an injury.
Yeah.
And then Van Dijk was solid as always. He was fuming.
Yeah,
he was absolutely
fuming. Sort of death stare that he had at the end. I don't think Ali did bad. I saw some slating towards Ali, but
no,
he fumbled one shot, which he maybe on other day he grabs.
Well, the weather.
Horrendous. Cold as well.
Cold,
-1,
yeah. Bad conditions, but
other than Trent, did anyone else not cover themselves in glory?
He didn't cover himself in glory.
But average,
yeah. I think
he was all right. I didn't think it was bad. Maybe he manages to get a touch on Diallo's.
Yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? Like people say that's like that same goal's happened twice now.
Yeah,
but that's funny because they blame Robert, but it's come from the right back.
Did you see what? Yeah. Did you see what Slot said?
What?
So obviously everyone's pointing the finger straight at Trent.
Yeah.
Pretty much, literally the whole entire footballing world. And Slot was like, "Yeah, Trent could have had a better game, sure." It's like on the second goal, Maka could have sprinted harder and got back and.
Do you see what Maka said today though?
No.
Maka said it's a hard game or whatever, but it's even harder when you're winning in the 75th minute and you just need to defend better.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Don't know if that's as a team though.
Yeah. Because so Slot's
saying that, then he's probably meaning a team.
Yeah. Slot's point of finger saying he literally said if he just sprinted a little bit harder, he may have made it before the cutback comes in. And that was his defense against Trent's questions. He was like, Trent was bad, but other people also didn't do things too. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
One thing that I loved from it was Conor Bradley.
Yeah.
Came on, won a duel, got stuck in, treated it like a derby.
Yeah.
Like, I would say there was quite a few challenges in there that felt like a derby. Like, it was a strong game. It was a good derby. But yeah, Bradley upped the tempo and then nearly scored, which is incredible. Really nice to have him back.
If you see me looking down, I'm checking the Arsenal score.
Right. What should we take from the game, though? As Liverpool, what should I take from it?
Szoboszlai missing.
I mean, that was huge.
Szoboszlai, despite of the games we dropped points in, Szoboszlai hasn't played in 3.
Come at us, you Szoboszlai haters.
Hasn't played in 3 of them.
It's mad.
Out of the 5.
Well, it shows what he brings.
Intensity.
Yeah, completely.
The ground he covers. It doesn't help that Jones had an off game as well, actually.
Yeah, he did. He had an off game. I wouldn't say he was like disastrous, but
no, he wasn't. It just wasn't him.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas, like, the difference is if Szoboszlai isn't playing well, he's still covering ground. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's not playing well on the ball, he's still covering ground in the presses. Whereas, like, Jones, I think he's more technical and he impresses on the ball more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? His game is more about controlling the game.
Yeah.
So if he's not doing that well,
back, sort of thing.
He's not as good as, like, do you know what I mean? It's more detrimental to our team.
I agree.
Shobo isn't well enough for tomorrow either.
Is he not?
And he won't be. It's like this is the thing. Like, with illness, that's his. Like, it's not obviously going to knock his fitness that well, but he's not going to come back sharp. Like with illnesses.
Well,
depends what it is.
He probably plays 30 minutes against Accrington Stanley now.
Yeah, maybe to get fitness back.
Yeah, ahead of next week.
He could start and come off at half time to get fitness back.
Well, yeah, maybe. Like, I don't think it matters either way, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one thing that I did notice though, because I was thinking of what subs I'd have made, and I was like, oh, Shobo. I completely forgot that he was not there. Impressive for Graf not to get booking and Gakpo not to get booking. They both still don't miss. Nunes managed to, of course he did. I mean, that was, being balanced. That was a very, very, very bad challenge.
Yeah,
like it was really bad. I'm not going to say red card or anything like that.
No, but I seen someone quote someone yesterday or today that Havertz did the same thing to Van Dijk last year.
Yeah,
like, all Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, I should be sending off" and all this kind of stuff. Havertz did exactly the same to Van Dijk last year. I think that because that clip of Van Dijk
kicking him
this year,
that
could have been to do with last year because Havertz was running at Van Dijk, just staring at Van Dijk when the ball's in the air. Van Dijk goes up for the header and Havertz just like backs into him, like to make him go over.
Yeah.
So I didn't realise that it happened last year.
Hey, I mean, it's very the type to take a man down if he's been taken down before. I don't think Slot's going to lose too much sleep on it because it is individual error rather than systematic error. Like that's two avoidable.
He's still lost one game all year.
Like. 2 avoidable goals, and I think it's something we said actually. The game at Old Trafford, whenever it's on paper, what we always say about derbies is the form book goes out the window. You are happy with the draw at Old Trafford because of that. We won there 3-0. This one we drew is almost like a reverse situation. Yeah. And
if it was the other way around, you'd be happy.
At the start of the season, you don't, take anything from it. It's fine.
If you said at the start of the season, before any games were played, that we're taking 4 points off United this year, then from United,
yeah,
then you're taking it because you don't know what Arne Slot's capable of.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah,
cool. Happy to move on.
Yeah.
Anything else to raise about the game in general?
No, I don't think.
Talk about
lots of comments, but I can't.
See, we tried to score from a corner.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, I might miss that one.
Yeah.
Was it first half?
I want to say it was Maka, maybe. Someone did, first half, and it nearly went in.
That could be why Bradley tried the near post one.
Yeah, it could be. Definitely could be. We'll go on then. We'll preview the Spurs game. Obviously, we actually only reviewed a Spurs game 1 episode ago.
I don't think it'll be like that.
Because we had a big backlog. So 6-3 last time. They have not got Maddison and Sarr. They're both suspended.
Oh, interesting.
They do have Basuma and they have Bentancur back. They'll have a front 3 of Kulusevski, Slanky and Son.
So because they'll want to win this league, this cup.
That's their front 3.
They'll want to win this trophy.
2 in the middle. But their back line's still completely makeshift.
Yeah.
Not Udogi's not even there
I
anymore.
reckon we'll go full strength.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I'll be
I reckon it'll
intrigued.
be totally rotated on Saturday. So I reckon we'll go full strength to keep Ruben for the week after.
How many injuries do we have at the minute? Joey. Is that it? I'm back.
Shobo's technically ill.
Shobu ill, yeah. Chiesa's not
He was on the bench.
firing. Oh, fine. Is that actually it? I think we're back to full strength, near enough. Like a couple of suspensions coming up and things like that. So we're not going to be every game week
just
full
Joey
strength.
now, yeah. So that's
But
what
I think Joey G's it. Obviously, we got
Simi.
We got a nurse. Simi went to come on. Gakpo scored. Slot changed tactics.
Okay.
Simi literally was in his kit, and he turned to his assistant, was like, "Gakpo's not coming off anymore. Bring Diaz off. Simi sit down. Someone else is coming. Jota's coming on. Who's coming on?" So he literally switched up on the fly, and I'm like, that just says what we said the whole time. But yeah, I expect Simi to play this one. Robbo needs a rest, and Simi needs legs. And I think Simi's crosses and could be deadly, sort of thing. In general, though, take a step back from the lineup of the score. How do you think the game's going to go relative to last time?
First.
Was that?
Is it away?
Away first, yeah.
I still think it'll be high scoring.
Like them and us will be leaky, or do you think Slot would like almost double down on the
just depends on Trent,
defensive side of it?
Yeah, depends on Trent.
Bradley's 100% present.
But then that means Trent's playing Saturday.
Yeah, I think he gets rested for both. Trent's played back to back, and he got subbed off in the 70th.
Good do.
He might play 60. It might be a premeditated sub.
Yeah.
And then Bradley plays
something like 5
Saturday, Sunday, whatever.
Yeah.
So the game in general, though, how do you think it's actually going to play? Like they all.
I said high scoring. Right.
Yeah, but
I don't see them scoring many.
Do you think they would have taken anything from our previous game to be like, we're not going to let them do this? They're going to mark Gravenberch, for example, or
they just leave someone else open. Like we'll get around it. I think it's just risky that high line that they play against us. I think out of all the teams, as you said, he's brave to not change it against us. Like there's some situations where you said, like we said before, like if you're at the top, you don't normally change your tactics like that because like Pep will hardly ever change his philosophy, and obviously his philosophy defensively is having that high line. But if it doesn't work,
yeah, I'm trying to think. So Madison's their link-up player essentially. If he's out and Sar's out, who's the one that covers all the ground, basically, you've got Basuma in there. But he's very rash. You could get him yellow carded easily, and he'll be perfectly out of the game. Bentaker will be in midfield as well.
He was alright. He's a hit and miss. He's a bit inconsistent in my opinion, but
they had that Bergval who will go out for Basuma probably. He's a young kid.
Yeah, I just think it'll be a high scoring.
Yeah,
it could be anyway, like 4-2, 4-1.
And obviously we're away.
Yeah.
So we've got to do the second leg anyway. So does Slot take a 1-0 and just put his foot on the brake and not do anything, or does he?
All the way around.
Does he think? Well, you think he goes for it and then
you have to use Accrington Stanley on Saturday. When's the other game in between 2 Premier League games?
I think so. Yeah.
So you just go full out against this one.
We've got Lille coming up in the Champions League. Obviously, the hardest game.
I'm saying that?
The hardest game of the season coming up with Forest. So yeah, absolutely.
But Accrington on Saturday, you go full strength down because you can rest everyone on Saturday.
Yeah. I got it. I got it.
And I think he'll go intense, like try and get this like 4-1, mate. Doing 3 goals at Anfield, 3-4 goals at Anfield.
Well, you hope not. As long as they
but then that's why Slot does tactics at Anfield to just drain and control the game.
Yeah. Well then, line up.
So I think it's literally the same. Plus, Trent and...
So who's it?
But other than Robert, I think Simi does get minutes. And then I don't know between Trent and Robert.
So
Trent and Bradley.
That's Ali, Trent, Kanate, Virgil, Simi, you're saying, Grav, Jones, Maka, Salah, Diaz, Gagbo. You literally go straight for it. Shower's not back.
Nuno, Jota, and Chiesa all start on Saturday.
Any scope for Harvey starting?
Yeah, that's the other one. Depends on Jones.
Yeah.
But I think Jones in the pressing is going to be better. Harvey coming off the bench is better. and I think it'll be Harvey, like Endo, and like McConnell or Morton.
Any chance of him
Saturday.
starting a 4-2-4? He moved to that at one point.
Maybe.
Brought on Jota and Nunes and took off Diaz and
Don't think he'll
Jones,
start.
I think. No?
You could do it. It's probably better to start because they're not expecting it as much to start the game like that.
Yeah.
But
It'll be very leaky then.
But yeah, that's what I mean. So I think it's the whole point of starting the game. You want to control the game first and then soak up the atmosphere and pressure and then go from there.
So what is your definitive score? You've said a few, but you've got
4-1.
4-1? I'm going for a 3-0 sweep. Easy does it. Get back in the form. Anything to add to the Spurs game?
I wonder if they're going to do a lap up on it when they lose this time.
Oh, he's loving that, mate. Every single time. Every single time. Right, we'll move on. Accrington Stanley.
Who are they?
Exactly.
Exactly.
How many times have we played them officially?
3.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Once. In the FA Cup third round.
Sorry, guys.
In 1956.
Shit.
We won 2-1. 2-0, sorry. So we kind of already covered it, so we won't sort of stay on that point too long, but Zani going to treat this as a game off.
Accrington, yeah, 100%.
They're 19th in League 2.
I reckon Chiesa, Nunes and Jota up top.
Yeah, because that's treating it like a game off.
That's our backups.
I know that's our
backup attackers. We've got the best 6 attackers in the league.
Yeah.
Easy. And then I reckon it'll be Elliot. I'm working backwards, I don't know why. Elliot and then Morton and Endo. I reckon.
I'm thinking of the poor lads of Rio, Nyonyi,
Yeah, I really want them to play as well.
Dans.
But you can't. Imagine playing them instead of Endo then.
Endo's in.
Chiesa or Nunes and Jota, who haven't had as many minutes.
Is Nunes suspended for this game?
No, he's suspended for not Forest.
Fine. So Nunes definitely plays, and I think he could just
Stay on the game.
steamroll them almost. Jota, I wouldn't play. You're playing against a League 2 side that's going to be really not dirty. I don't mean dirty in a bad way, but really.
What's the point of resting him?
So he don't get injured. So you keep him for the actual run that matters.
Jeff Dans.
Yeah.
Play Dans, yeah, fair enough.
Nunes on the left, Dan's down the middle, Chiesa on the right, although Chiesa struggles with. Well,
the other thing is, do they play Endo and Conte at the back again?
What, and completely rest Virgil and Kanai?
Yeah.
Kanai might get minutes just to keep the ticking.
Yeah.
Depends how Spurs goes. It completely depends on the Spurs goes.
Well, it might be better to rest them, to be fair.
Yeah. And then fullbacks, Bradley plays the whole game.
Simi plays the whole
Simi
game.
again. So,
But they normally take that back off, don't they? Like even 70.
yeah, so they'll
every
switch out Simi for Robbo.
And then, so if Endo's playing at the back, then there's McConnell and Morton are in there.
As a double?
Yeah.
That's a lot of faith.
With Elliot in front.
There's no power in that.
Huh?
Is there power in that? Like, a Grav is power. Endo is power in his own way.
Morton just controls the game, though. He's like similar to Grav. Grav isn't powerful.
Oh, he's big, though, isn't he? He's like 6'4".
Yeah, but the way he turns on the ball and stuff, he just controls and dictates it. That's when Morton played that first half.
Yeah, I don't.
Who was it against?
Not rate them.
Newcastle? No.
No, wasn't it against...
He went right back. Southampton.
Oh, Southampton, yeah.
What was it? That first half was unreal.
Fair. So
If you can do that against a French side, then...
I'll praise it. If Slot goes for it, keep our youngsters coming through. I'm happy.
I don't know. Who else did you play then instead of McConnell?
Well, Endo. And then you don't rest one of the other two. So
That's the issue.
Yeah. Is this kind of, and like to repeat my favourite phrase I've said many times over the podcast?
Banana skin?
Is this a banana skin? Do you ever get it at all?
No.
Like the 19th in League 2. This is a class. This has literally got classic season derailing writing all over it.
No.
No?
Especially, like the difference is, in my opinion, if our better players were out, it's more likely to be an upset because they'd be egotistical, and like just complacent. They're more likely to. But the players, if we play the players that haven't been playing and they want to prove a point, then I don't think that happens.
Fair, that's fair. Oh, Kelleher and goal.
Yeah, better. Kelleher and goal.
You don't bring in a Yaros. Nah, you give Kelleher.
You have to give Kelleher minutes. Yeah, so I think they've got like a point to prove. Simi always gives his all. Kwanzaa and Endo always give it all. Bradley always gives it all. I just don't see. And then off front, whatever it is, Keys is going to just run himself into the ground for probably 10 minutes and come off.
Scoring over a kick and then disappear for 6 months.
I don't think any of them lot will be complacent. Whereas if you played Trent and stuff, I think they would.
Yeah.
Even to the fact, like,
Virgil, even to an extent, would be a bit
like
lax. Yeah.
Even in my opinion, Maka would. If Maka played, he wouldn't have the intensity to get to some balls, and he would just like be not jogging on the ball, but with the ball, he'd just be like flicking it around. Just you know what I mean, like that kind of complacency, which is where I think teams slip up against the lower teams. Whereas I think playing either younger players or squad players, they've got a point to prove.
Yeah, that's fair. I like it. I like it a lot.
Like if someone scores a hat trick, yes, against Accrington, but he can go. Can I get minutes at the weekend? Even if I'm not starting, bring me like Jaden Dance. If he goes get a hat trick, goes to slot. Put me on
the bench.
Next game, bring me on the last 10 minutes. That's all I ask. Well, I've just scored 3.
He can't say that.
No,
but he could say, "Keep me on the bench," because he's not been in the squad. So
yeah.
The other thing I would say though is how much data is Slot going to have for analysis of how Accrington play?
Loads.
Yeah, it's just equally.
Yeah, 100%. Because as soon as they got drawn, he would send someone to collect all that information.
Fine. Yeah, that's my one thing is like how much preparation can be done for this sort of game.
Well, it's much like they're all in videos still, aren't they?
Fine.
They will have
Yeah, they must do it. To be fair. Cool. Anything? Oh, we'll do score.
That's a hard one. Because the lineup is relatively unknown, to be fair.
17-0. No, I'm joking. That was a complete joke. Don't go there.
5-0.
Yeah, it's screaming a 5-1, a 4-2, a 5-1. Sort of like they'll grab a couple of goals.
I can see them scoring 1. I can't see them scoring more than 1.
It could be like a pen or something, right?
That's true.
Anything like that could happen. We'll move on to the Martin Skirtle. So it's not headbutting, I'm afraid. Any final guesses before you find out what the game is?
So to do with your hairline?
I mean, it's slightly linked. Ish. It is to do with hair and lines. Lines.
I don't know.
It is bold. Bold opinions.
Bold opinion. Okay.
And you're also not afraid of no one. So you're going to say these bold opinions, and like Martin's going, you're not going to give it. Exactly. So, 5 questions.
Oh, God.
7 seconds to answer each. Exactly. This is serious business. So, just give me a minute. Just got to get all the technology out. 5 questions. 7 seconds to answer each. Bold opinions. Do not be afraid of your answers. Go. Most overrated player in the Premier League history.
Hazard.
Ooh. Most underrated player in the Premier League history.
One. Divock Origi.
Who's the GOAT?
Messi.
Easy. Best manager to not win the Premier League. 1.
Gerald Houllier.
Who is the worst player in Liverpool history?
That's a hard one.
3.
Oh, no, it's not. Fucking Diop.
1. Yeah, that's an easy one. Well done. It's not bad. So
I regret my answers, though. This
So-
is the issue.
most overrated player in Premier League history, and you've gone for Hazard.
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
It was the first one that comes to my head.
Flip that. It's what I wished for. I wanted a Hazard in there. I wanted a Haaland in there. Something like that. That's going to bait everyone. Hilarious.
Oh, no.
Most underrated, you said. Divock Origi.
I literally couldn't think.
Absolutely not.
I literally could not think.
Divock Origi, the most underrated player in Premier League history.
You said Premier League history. Do you know, I understand how many players there is that's going through my head in 1 second?
You're meant to just go like, it's meant to be reactive.
Yeah, but this is what I mean, the first player you think of. So as soon as I reacted to Hazard, I was like, it's not Hazard, but I've said Hazard. Do you know what I mean?
So that he's in your top 10 at least.
No, he's not. He's just overrated when it comes to them comparing him to Salah.
So
That's why I said it.
Potentially the most overrated because he gets compared in that level.
The most overrated. Who would you say?
Go on, take a few minutes.
Yeah, who would you say?
So most overrated, you're looking at the likes of...
I wish I said Haaland.
It's interesting. I'm trying to think. It's hard. It's a really hard question.
It is. You made me say Hazard. You made me say that, and you knew that was going to be in my head.
But the issue with this question, and why it's a great question, is you have to pick someone that's done something, or like won something or has a stake to be I'm good, but in reality they're not good.
Haaland.
Balotelli, but is he even that rated?
I don't think he's overrated. No one rated him that much.
No,
Haaland.
you're saying Haaland.
I'm saying Haaland. He came second in the Ballon d'Or with tap-ins and rebounds. Haaland. His stat pads against lower teams, 5 goals.
I haven't even
Haaland.
caught him on the bounce. This is not even bait.
He only scores goal when the team doesn't need him to score goals.
Most overrated player. I'm trying to think of teams in general. I want to say like a
Pogba.
I mean, yeah, probably because he was overrated for what people said he was in the Premier League, but he's not overrated for Paul Pogba.
Yeah. While they're in the Premier League.
Yeah, completely. Trying to think of players that have like come and supposedly going to be amazing. Like a Falcao did absolutely nothing. Shevchenko, huge shout, really good shout in the Premier League.
Crespo.
Yeah, you're literally just on Chelsea right
now. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so interesting question, though. Really interesting question. And then underrated.
Divock
Origi is not the shout. I mean, he is legendary.
McAllister.
Maka's a great show. Premier League history is obviously a very long time. So
this is what I mean.
I should have narrowed it down, but we're learning. That's the first attempt. It's fine. Go. You said Messi. I expected that. Give you a little quick one in the middle. Best manager not to win the Premier League. Julia.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Julia. I was thinking like trying to think of really good managers that didn't manage to win, but keep it close. Is there an argument for like a Tuchel? Did Ancelotti win? Yeah, he won with Chelsea, didn't
he? Yeah, Rafa won with Chelsea, I think, didn't he, as well?
Rafa?
I think, did Rafa or not?
Rafa, no. Would you go Rafa over Julia? Yeah, it's interesting. There would be definitely
Chelsea had every manager on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of.
I don't think any of them can. But
it'll be interesting to see if anyone else has any shots. Make sure you tell us all of yours. The last one is the worst player in Liverpool history. If I'm just gonna allow it, that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't have anyone better to find, and he's probably the most shithousery towards us. So.
You just say things that like are outside of it, like John Flanagan and stuff, stuff like that.
It is not.
Don't defend him. He's a woman beater.
I do not defend him. Apologies. Cool. Well, we'll move on from the Martin Skrtel Award. I'm glad he should have been picked for the GOAT, but it's absolutely fine. We'll move on. Moment of the week. Happy days. Sorry. What?
My moment of the week.
Trying to elaborate. Go again. Say it again.
Gravenberch's turn.
Gravenberch's turn.
It's like a Cruyff turn, and then he does a little flick as well, like the elastic head. It's literally Cruyff into elastic head.
I'm going to say it's impossible for him to know that player is coming.
Yeah, literally. He reacts to that player and does like... It's not an elastic head, but it is.
That's like Formula One driver reaction.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Unreal.
It's insane.
It looks so aesthetically pleasing.
The only other moment of the week I have, because it wasn't a very good weekend, was the return of Ibu.
Actually, I've got another one.
And Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley should have a Ibu equivalent.
I've got another one.
Go on.
Salah quoting Jamie Carragher.
Oh, you like that, do you?
I really like that. So, for you that didn't see
fiery.
Sky Sports put up a thing about Jamie Carragher saying that Salah and Trent need to take after the verge and keep everything quiet on contract talks. And then Salah quote tweeted that, saying, "I'm starting to think you're obsessed with me."
Yeah.
And then Carragher, actually, there's more to this. And then Carragher quote tweeted that, saying, "Well, hopefully I can carry on being obsessed with you next year." The last time contract talks went on, similar things and banter was being said. And then Carragher ended up quote tweeting the agent or something, saying, "Oh, we had him."
Oh, no way.
We fooled them or something.
Oh, yeah, that's probably not happening this time, but he's doing it just in case he could do it again, isn't he? That's typical Carragher.
Apparently, I've seen today, not from any big news, but like obviously some people that are in the know, but they're not, that he's maybe signing a 2-year plus an extension option.
Nice.
So I'm guessing that can be triggered by us if we want. That is the ideal thing in my head. Like if he's still performing in that second year, then yes. But that's what my suggestion was. He needs to get like at least 30 goals and assists in all comps to trigger the third season, in my opinion.
Yeah, I see that.
If he doesn't reach that, then he's fell off. Like in Salah terms.
Yeah, I was going to say
That's normal
this
winger
is
numbers.
relative.
Like-
He's still record breaking
Yeah,
8
literally.
seasons in a row of over
Yeah,
20, which is
literally.
insane. Cool. We'll move. We'll end the pod there.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are we going now?
Well, it's been a slightly short one. It's quite surprising, actually. Yeah,
What are we on?
34 minutes.
Huh?
Yeah, it's been a slightly short one.
What are we going to do? Anything?
No, before this, we did a few little games. So keep an eye
Watch
on
out for
socials, shorts, TikTok, Instagram, down with the kids.
34 minutes.
34 minutes. It's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun, or time's really slow. I don't know which way around it is.
Flies. But then that means.
It's been slow, innit?
Yeah.
I've not been having fun.
Mm.
Hated it. I hope you enjoyed it more than
I
we
can
did.
speak to him like
Because
this
this
every
is, painful by now. Has anyone else thought the flag has dropped through the middle of the episode?
week. Oh, you are making this camera focus and go fuzzy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. Wow. Our hands are
Magic.
Yeah. The clop suddenly appeared, so I wonder if I just accidentally called it the clop, but I'm going to call it the clock from now on.
What, the clock? For fuck's
Stop the clock. Right. Yeah. Anyway, thanks
Can we
again.
please cut out Klopp and put his arms as those arms?
I don't know. It said Jones. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway,
This has been absolute carnage, very fast carnage. If you prefer the short podcast episode, please let us know. We like hearing any feedback we can. Leave 5-star review. We are trying to upgrade ourselves. Hence
slowly
my
but surely.
microphone.
Let us know if the audio's any better as well.
Yeah.
Really appreciate any feedback.
If it's not better, please just be nice. It's fine. Give us a 5-star review then. Say audio still sucks. 5-star review. Love it. And then, as we always say, share the pod with any Liverpool fans or non-Liverpool fans that might appreciate listening to two idiots talk for half an hour to an hour every week. Follow us across all socials. I've been James.
I've been back.
And you've been listening to the Dub Sessions podcast. You will never walk alone, and see you directly.
See you directly.